Hello, everybody, and welcome to How To Zeepkist Season 1 Bank Turns. Let's go. So really quickly, going on to this map. I know I've talked to Lexer about this before. First of all, I use steering limits on this map. I put it on 80%. I find 80% on this map works really well. So I want to go ahead and show you guys. If you guys don't know already, if you go to input bindings and then either on your keyboard or for me for my game input or for my controller, you can set steering limits in your settings so that when you click on something, it's going to be that's gonna be like the most that you get. So I like using 80%. I know that's not something that Lexer would agree with. The most difficult part, in my opinion, on this map is this first turn is very difficult to not smoke. You don't want to smoke your tires because otherwise you're going to be going wide, and you're also going to be losing speed. So I did not mean to do that. Well, there's the end. How do I change this? Where's free? There we go, free. So we're going around, we're trying to stay as low as possible again. And this is where we try and get slowly up so we're not going to gain any air. More or less staying as low as possible, but we actually want to get a little bit more height so we can try and cut down on this little wall ride thing. And again, we're going to be going from like the far right side of this piece so that we don't gain any air like you saw Alpha do. And we're going to be trying to cut this corner as close as possible, staying as close as possible for the entire time. And right as that piece is ending, we're going to quickly get over to the left side, cut down in here, left side to cut into the apex, and then you're going to keep turning with a very quick, almost slalom-y right then left. Cut down as fast as possible. This is another one you want to try and avoid getting air. So we're going to be trying to get over to the right, and this is where things can be a little bit more difficult because just like that first bit, once you get to this section, you're going to have a lot of speed. It's going to be very easy to slide out. A lot of it has to do with when you're going to be starting. These things 70%. That's fair. But you know, as you're going to be doing this, you're going to be possibly sliding out. So you want to try and avoid that if possible. And trying to cut in as much as possible. But I never actually cut in. I usually end up staying alongside of this line right here. Of course, we can go around. We're going to try and get low into this. And then if you guys want, there is a small risky here that's not overly difficult that you can just roll off like you saw Palify do. So you'll see what I do with the 80%. Icarus is saying 70. I think 70 is going to be a bit too low. But notice how I didn't have to do too much tapping or anything. That was almost a full 80% on that turn. I was not smoking or anything. Got it nice and smooth. Cutting in, going wide. Cutting in, going wide. Trying to avoid that wall, which I did unfortunately hit. Okay, we're going to cut down like that. See, I was also able to start wide there and cut in. And that's one of the important things also with bank turns is sometimes one of the ways that you can affect your like the way that you're taking a turn is sometimes if you can start it from a wider area and cut in, you're already having part of that rotation in your driving. So you don't have to keep turning as much. You're already part of the way through that turn before you start gaining your speed from going downhill or something like that. That's something I think a lot of people are not always aware of. Sometimes it's needed in the map. Sometimes it just makes the maps easier. Sometimes it makes them slower. Sometimes it makes it faster. That's where, again, a little bit more experience will come in handy. But at the end of the day, it does work out pretty well. And I think this is a great map to show it. And it's another one I don't think it's overly difficult to finish on. I don't think it shows your improvement quite as well as Dawn Drive by Kernkob did, but it's still a great one to practice because especially the speed of it, it's super easy to accidentally like smoke your tires and lose a lot of speed. So yeah, that part I took a little bit too wide, and I did end up well, somehow fractionally up speed, but I was significantly yellow on my time. So, it's something that you're going to want to try and keep in mind if possible. Start a little wide. I think I cut in a little bit too early, and that's something else you're going to have to be careful with, is if you cut in too early and you're already halfway through that turn, you can completely mess up your run, because by letting go of your turn, you're going to just go wide. But if you keep going, you're going to hit the wall. So that's something just to try and keep in mind. It's not just how much are you turning, it's where are you starting and where are you ending your turn. See, with that, even with that 80%, you can still smoke your tires a bit, which is not great. Again, I started that turn a little bit too soon, so I ended up losing that line. Oh yeah. Is it with both this and Dawn Drive? A large part of it is coming down to how close can you take these corners without hitting the border or smoking your tires like that. Just a reminder that the next episode, which is going to be in about a month, I have to coordinate the time. So expect the announcement to be coming sometime this week, but it is going to be with looking into boosters and fans. I would like to ask that the majority of these tracks are going to be incorporating things that are, basic tracks, if you will, or including bank turns. Just because like I said, I don't want to end up having multiple of these like levels or themes in one how-to stream. I don't mind going back to older streams. I just I want to try and focus on specifically teaching the one section or the skill or whatever you want to call it. Again, I started that one a little bit late, and that caused me to end up sliding out a bit. A lot of this also comes down to feeling, and that's where maybe downloading this playlist and playing around with it and seeing what you can do is one of the best things that you will be able to do to improve. You're going to be able to start feeling these turns a little bit better. You're going to be able to see, how to approach certain things, and maybe even create your own style, your own way of thinking about it. I'm just showing you guys what I found that helps me out, in the hopes that it can help you guys out as well. Like I said, I know Lexer disagrees with the 80%, and I understand why. There are certain turns where you might be able to do a little bit more than 80% to cut in a little bit more, and there's also going to be what's it called? Turns where you have to tap a little bit or still smooth steer a little bit to go less than that. So, I mean, that right there is a difference in opinion. Of course, Lexer's faster at this level, so that is something to take into account. I would like to thank everyone for watching the video, and if you are new here, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.